wait, is it Nick or this pastor?
Rick.
Rick.
Okay.
Okay.
Pastor Rick Edmond. And I've been
Pastor
here.
Rick.
I've been here 16 years, serving as the minister here of 3 United Methodist churches. And I was born in Ohio, and I lived about 25 years in Pennsylvania before I came down here to Maryland.
Well, when was Smith Island cakes discovered?
Well, they started to be made, probably 75 years ago. The ladies would make them with icing in between each layer. They're thin layers, and maybe your class will be able to try a piece, so that it would keep them moist, so they wouldn't dry out. Because sometimes the fathers and the husbands would go away for a couple months at a time because they were going to catch crabs or catch oysters, especially. They'd be gone for a couple months. And then they would come back like at Thanksgiving or at Christmas time. So they wanted some fresh food, so they had the Smith Island cake.
So how many churches are in the island?
How many churches?
Rick.
There's three churches, and I'm responsible for all of them as the minister. So I travel around on Sunday morning, which I've done today, by boat, by golf cart, and by car. So I take a boat from Rhodes Point to Tylerton and back. So over the year, I might average, maybe not a boat ride a day, but a lot of boat rides for the year.
And how many people are living the island today?
We have about 225 people here. That's all 3 communities combined. Now, at one time, it was close to like 800.
Wow.
But a lot of the parents with young children have moved to the mainland, or some of the young people have, because of job opportunities there.
Okay, and the mainland is?
Mainland is Crisfield is the closest place. And that's about 8 miles away, which takes about 45 minutes to travel to. And there's one or two people that go back and forth every day. But most people work here in the waterman industry. The men are catching crabs and the oysters. And a lot of the ladies are picking crab meat. And working in restaurants or working post office and doing jobs around home.
Well, what would they do if they catch a stingray?
Stingrays, they just have to be careful with it. It wouldn't hurt them. But there's other things out there that will hurt you. One of them are jellyfish. The jellyfish have stingers on their tentacles, I guess you call them. And if they sting you, they'll itch. And if they get in your eye, then they're really bad.
So there is no hospital in the island or clinic, right? Or any doctors, right?
There's no doctors. We used to have a doctor's house here where the doctor would live that was owned by the church. The house was owned by the church, and they would let him stay there and then go around to different houses when somebody had an emergency, and maybe he would determine whether they had to send him off to the mainland or whether he could take care of it. And now we have about 4 of us are EMTs. I'm one of the EMTs, so we can call in the helicopter if we need to, or we can send somebody off by boat. We had to do that the other day, where somebody came with their boat up to somebody got sick on a boat, so we had to get on the boat and help them, and then they went off to the mainland to the hospital to get checked out. And over in Crisfield, the hospital over there, they have their own dock. So somebody in a boat will pull right up to the dock, and they'll be there with a wheelchair to wheel them into the hospital. One of the interesting things about getting food over here is that you can place an order with one of the boat captains the night before and fill out a sheet, and then they'll take that to the store the next morning.
Which store?
The grocery store.
The Lion?
Food Lion.
Food Lion, supermarket,
Then they'll go back in about 3 hours, and the food will be boxed up into cardboard boxes. Excuse me. And they take those boxes and then he puts them in his pickup truck over there and then puts them on the boat and then takes them off the boat when they get here, puts them in another pickup truck and then take them around to your house. So for $5 a box, you get your food delivered. And you give them a check, a blank check or some cash, and then they'll give you your change back. And medicines are similar. We call in the morning and medicines can be delivered that afternoon. But now we're looking to start a new program where they use a drone, which is more like a plane drone rather than like a small helicopter drone. And so that'll deliver medicines over here to Smith Island.
Wow.
So we're having a lot of neat things happen here. We have people working right now to try to prevent erosion by putting large rocks around the island and sand to try to create living shorelines in order to keep the waves from wearing the land away.
So school, we have one school in the island, right? And it goes from kindergarten to 7th grade, right? And how many students?
We have about 8 or 9 students are in the elementary school, so it's on about 1 or so a grade. And then there's about half a dozen that go over to Crisfield every day on the school boat, which is a bigger catamaran boat, but it's a pretty smooth ride. But they have to get on the boat at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then they get back about 4 o'clock. So it's a long day for them.
Winter time, same thing, same schedule?
Same schedule, but sometimes we'll have ice out there. We'll have ice in the channel here, and that's usually breaks up pretty easily. It doesn't get too thick, but sometimes there can be ice out there in the sound that you'll go back and forth across, and then we have to wait for an icebreaker to come in to break up the ice so the boats can get out.
Wow.
So it can be challenging living here, getting back and forth.
I'm sure. Do you like to live here?
I do. It's I get to the mainland once a week to either visit people in hospitals or nursing homes, to do my own errands, to go to meetings, church meetings, and then once a month or so I try to get up to Pennsylvania to see my family.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, Rian, do you have anything else to say to Pastor Rick?
Well, when were the computers invented here?
When were computers invented? Well, we've had computers here just about as long as people on the mainland. In fact, we're trying to get a higher speed internet speed so that people can move over here, and if they can work from home, then they can use their computer to do their work, and then maybe once in a while they would have to go to the mainland for meetings.
Any other question, Rian, about Smith Island cake or anything? No? Well, we talk about the school, right? How about police? Do you have a police station here, or?
No, we don't. Very little crime here. We don't have any even regular patrols. It's been several years since the state police have been here. Sometimes they'll come to visit just for public relations. The sheriff will come every once in a while, but not to investigate a crime, but just let people know he appreciates that we voted for him.
That's right, and to eat some Smith Island cake.
Teeth and Smith Island cake. The most police that come here are with the Natural Resources Police, and we had another restaurant that was open down here, and they would come here a lot of times just to eat.
So we have 2 restaurants in the island?
There's 2 right now. There was a 3rd.
Oh, okay.
But they do come in here sometimes to check the size of the crabs. They have to be so big that the water will catch. And the oysters too. They have to have a certain size. So crabs and oysters supply most of the income to the island.
Very nice. How many members in the church that you preach? The 3 churches?
Well, more accurate is how many people come to church on Sunday morning, and so it's something like 40 and 30 and 20. So little bit less than 100
Uh-huh.
a week, which is pretty good out of 225 people. But we'd like everybody to come.
Oh, I'm
that-
sure. I know.
But that doesn't happen.
Wow.
But people get along pretty good, and they try to help each other out.
Great. It's a
And
great community.
everybody knows pretty much what's going on with somebody else.
Which is a bless.
Right.
And would you like to say something? No? Okay. All right. So Rian, can you say, come here and say thank you to Pastor Rick? Go there next to him, give him a hug.
All right.
Say thank you very much.
All right. All
For
right.
participating in
All
our
right. Bless
project
you.
for Rock Bridge
Bless
Academy.
you. Tell
God
me-
bless
tell me-
you.
How do you say thank you in Portuguese?
Obrigada.
Obrigada?
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Thank you very
All right,
much
obrigado
for
for
helping
coming.
us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.